Hello, and welcome to Interpreters Reveal. I'm Katty Kauffman, and today I will be looking at Ablioconference, a lesser-known platform, but one with some great features that I think interpreters will really love. Before we start, please keep in mind that I do not work for the platform. I don't have any formal affiliation with them. This is an inside look, not a review, and it is absolutely not an endorsement, despite any positive comments I might make about the platform as we go along. Now, that said, there are some things about Ablio that really do stand out from the interpreter's perspective. First of all, they don't charge for practice sessions. So once an event has been created, you can log in and play as often as you need to, just as I have done, to be sure that you're comfortable with all of the features. Second, their pricing system is extremely transparent and really quite reasonable. I'm putting a link to that information in the comments section below this video. And as of this recording, July 27th, the company was offering a 40% discount to interpreters and conference organizers that qualify for their reseller program. So that does make it really quite affordable. But perhaps the best feature is the really seamless integration, at least from the interpreter's perspective, with WebEx, Zoom, Microsoft Teams. In fact, anything that can be opened in a Chrome tab running, sorry Mac users, on a Windows platform. And since a picture is worth 1,000 words, let's start there. My event is ready to start, so I'll go down here and pick Ablio Capture. That's the first thing. I'll then go to Start Program, and from there I will pick the appropriate tab in Chrome. I'm going to select Meeting in Progress, which is a meeting that I set up on another device running in WebEx. I'll share the audio to make sure that the interpreters can get not only video, but also audio feed. Here's the WebEx meeting. As we can see, this tab is now being shared to ablioconference.com. And when I go back to my Ablioconference tab, I can in fact see that I do have the feed. It's been incorporated automatically. This is what the interpreter will see and hear on the interpreter's console that I'll show you in just a moment. Keep in mind that Ablio is really a BYOT, bring your own technician sort of a program. So while event setup is not as intuitive as perhaps it could be, nonetheless, once you've done the company's tutorials and you've tinkered with it a little bit, you'll get the hang of it. Now, for the purposes of today's demonstration, I won't be using WebEx. I'll be using a feed from YouTube, but the functionality is identical. Without further ado, therefore, here is the Ablio platform. Let's look at the interpreter's interface. I'm going to sign in using the credentials, the name and the password that the conference organizer assigned to me. This is very important. If I sign in with my own credentials, the system will not do what it needs to do, which is this. It will take me to my first dashboard, my control panel, showing me my events. When I click on this, that I'm ready, and I am going to now go live. For a brief moment, it tells me the conference has not yet started. This is one of those glitches because in fact it has. And I can see this as soon as I hit
writing about sex
and there
also.
we have it. As you can see, it's fairly straightforward, but there are a couple of quirky things that we need to look at. First of all, we do not have a mute button. So once you are connected, and you are live and on the air, you need to remember that when it says on air up here, you don't have a mute button. Now when you use the handover and you pass the microphone to your booth mate, and once your booth mate has taken over, and we'll look at this in greater detail in just a moment, you can see how it switches off and I'm no longer broadcasting on air. I can, however, see that my booth mate is live and broadcasting here. Now, as I said, I'll get to that feature in just a moment. Here we have the control of the original audio.
You might want to expel those demons, and why you might even think that
This button will enable me to pause that broadcast completely. Probably not something the interpreter will use very often, but the feature is there. I can also listen to my boothmate while my boothmate is interpreting, and I can adjust the volume here.
Hello. This is a test session.
As you can hear, there is an announcement saying that this is a test session. That is because, as I noted in the intro, the platform allows you to log on and to test as often as you need before the event goes live. All right, so we also have the relay function here. I can take English relay. In this case, I have French, Portuguese, and Mandarin. I can simply select the language that I need to take relay from. And when I need to give relay, I can also do that here. In order to do so, of course, I must be live. Once I am live, I can simply go like this. I click on the English and there's a momentary disconnect, and then I am once again on the air. We want to be sure that we are completely live. Interesting little feature on Ablio. You want it to be in red where it says disconnect and on air. That can be a little confusing and take a little getting used to, rather than saying connect to turn your microphone on. Both boothmates must have their microphones theoretically engaged in order for the handover to work. Now let's look at that handover feature. I'll have my boothmate give me back the microphone. I will switch to my outgoing language, and we are ready to go. All right, so to hand over to my boothmate, as I did a moment ago, I will hit pass. The message is sent to my boothmate. My boothmate will accept the handover, and I am no longer on the air. When it is my turn to take over, the same thing will happen. My boothmate will pass the microphone to me, and I will see a blinking take symbol. I press take, and I am live. Now let's take a quick look at what the platform looks like, or how it would work for the audience. The audience receives an event code. Here it is. They press submit. Once they log in, they will see the language selection, the language options. All they need to do is select the language that they wish to listen to, go back to the tab in their browser where their conference is running. Again, we're watching YouTube, but it could easily be WebEx, Zoom, anything that can run in a Chrome tab. They participate, they interact on the platform. If they have to turn their mic on and off, they do so simply in the event as they would normally, but the audio that they will receive is either through this platform here or alternatively through the Ablio app. And that's all there is to it. As an interpreter, that's basically what you need to know. We hope you've enjoyed this video.